now the Premier League is coming back into play from tomorrow with a few key matches, including the Merseyside derby, where Liverpool will be hosting Everton at Anfield early on Saturday. Then Manchester United will be playing Chelsea later on in the day before Manchester City and Arsenal play later on Sunday. So looking forward to seeing how those matches will go. But my few takes here on this Premier League front would be Liverpool will need to establish their dominance again, and I've said this before, that they will need to establish their dominance quite early in the matches, which they started with, which they did right in the Atletico Madrid match. But again, between that and the end of the match, they were pretty much passengers in the game. Although they created chances, but they could not finish them, which was a let off for Atletico Madrid. And if they try and do this in the derby, and this derby has always been something that brings out the best out of Everton, then it will be a tough match for them, a tough afternoon for them, because again, Everton also in good form. They are inspired, especially after moving into the new stadium. They are looking to hurt opponents more times than not. So in this case, I think Liverpool will need to stay concentrated in the match more than they would have wanted, or just as much as they should, because to win a football match in the Premier League, you need to be switched on at all times. And if they continue to leave these kinds of gaps, this passiveness in matches, then they might get hurt soon. So because again, teams will be catching on with this trend whereby they are winning at the last moments of matches, and just one team will try and make it extremely difficult for them to win at the last minute of a match, and that might end in a draw or a loss. Then they will start rethinking everything that they've done since the season began. So they will need to change that quite quickly, and that should begin with this Merseyside derby that is coming tomorrow. And the second thing, going to the Manchester United versus Chelsea match, I'm tongue-tied about talking about Manchester United because I don't know what's right or wrong for them. Everything is so blur with Manchester United, but I think Chelsea will be looking forward to bouncing back from their Champions League loss with a win. However, Manchester United always play matches against the top 6 sides with an extra incentive to prove that they are still, one of the best teams in the land. But I think Chelsea might just have enough to dislodge them for this match week. So looking forward to seeing how that one will go. But all eyes will also be at Arsenal up against Manchester City, with Manchester City looking to continue their ascendance, especially after the international break, where they have been lethal, they have been defensively resolute, they have, especially after bringing in Gigi Donnarumma from Paris Saint-Germain, I think that command from the back is keeping his defense line weak at most times, which is helping his team in keeping clean sheets. So we'll be looking to see how they'll fare on against Arsenal, because that may be their first real test to their defense line, especially with Manchester United and Napoli being the only two teams that they faced after the international break. I think they will have their toughest match, especially with being short-spaced chances created against them. That will come on Sunday against Arsenal. So I'm looking forward to seeing how Donnarumma will perform, like as a goalkeeper, and how he is going to command his backline, which is going to be something that we'll be very much looking forward to seeing in what things does he differ from Ederson, who left for Fenerbahce for Donnarumma to come in. And I think that match will also be a good test for Arsenal as well, for their backline as well, because I think Phil Foden, Erling Haaland, and Jeremy Doku are looking to continue adding more to their confidence, which is going to be something that they will need to play against these top teams to feel like, you know, the top players always like to play against the top teams and give themselves the best challenges every week. And this happens in the Premier League in most matches. But when you get to play against the teams that are consistently top, then that is also where you see if you're improving or not. So this match will also be a match of a learning curve for Manchester City, who also will be looking to cause harm to, you know, Arsenal. As much as they're going to the Emirates, they'll be looking forward to causing harm to Arsenal, who between the last 2 seasons have been, you know, keeping Manchester City at bay. So looking forward to seeing how those 3 matches would go in particular. And yeah, that's it for this video. See you in the next one.